Let's dive in a little bit more, have a look at 5 reasons why you and I should be using and incorporating formative assessment into our teaching practices. Our first reason is formative assessment tracks student progress in real time. So, formative assessment helps teachers, such as you and I, understand how students are doing and if they are ready to move forward. So, is your student ready to move forward with writing that complete essay, for example? Or do we need to focus on our paragraph structure or making sure that our students know what the actual structure of the essay is before we move on to that next component? Are we in maths? Do our students understand their multiplication tables before we move on to other elements of maths? So we need to make sure that our students have that understanding and that they are ready to move on to whatever we're going to look at in order to be successful. So we can track their progress. We might have actual trackers. We might have a Google form or a Microsoft form that we are using to track and indicate. We might just be doing it anecdotally. Okay, there are so many ways that we can track student progress to see what they have achieved and what they need to continue to work on before they move forward. The next reason why formative assessment is important is it informs our teaching. We are all educators, we are all qualified, we have all been to university, we have all got a degree. So we understand that this information that we obtain through formative assessment can be really beneficial. And it enables you and I, as educators, to tailor our instruction based on students' needs and understanding. And again, this comes from not just formative assessment, this comes from experience as an educator. I have been teaching for more than 10 years now. At the moment, I have a couple of classes, and for our particular units, I've identified some strategies to assist some of my students so that they are able to access the learning. And 10 years ago, I would not have thought about this because I didn't have that experience and understanding. So, formative assessment can not only inform your understanding now, it can also inform your understanding of how to tailor instruction in the future. And it's something that you can reflect on and something that you can use to help you become an even better, more proficient educator. So, formative assessment helps inform our teaching practices so that we can make sure that our instruction is based on student needs and understanding. All right, the third reason why we should use formative assessment in the classroom is it helps improve student outcomes. We are always focused on our student learning outcomes. We are always focused on making sure that our students are able to tackle everything that we give them. And formative assessment is one way that we can do this. Okay, it provides not only yourself, but also your students with meaningful feedback to help them grow and take ownership of their own learning. So you are going to provide them with their own feedback to help them grow and to help them become even stronger, even more competent young person in your particular teaching area. So formative assessment helps you, but also helps your students. Reason number 4 why we should be using formative assessment in our classrooms. It encourages active engagement. If you're like me and you have found that student engagement is something that is sometimes like pulling teeth out of a chicken, it is absolutely mind boggling how students are so kind of timid and scared and they don't know what to say or what to share with the fear of being wrong. Well, we can actually, alleviate that by encouraging students by incorporating some different formative assessment practices into our classroom. We can make learning more interactive. We can keep students involved. We can check their progress. We can use a variety of tools like we're going to explore tonight so that we can encourage that engagement. Maybe we're not getting our students to verbally provide something, but maybe they're doing a word cloud. Maybe they're doing something using a tool like Poll Everywhere. Okay, they're doing something that encourages that engagement, that allows us to check and monitor their progress. So formative assessment also encourages active engagement. All right, and our final reason why formative assessment is so important to use in the classroom as an educator is, again, it helps you as a teacher identify learning gaps early. So, formative assessment helps catch misconceptions or difficulties before they become big issues and problems. All right. So, these particular formative assessment strategies that we are going to suggest are only part of the solution. These are not the be all and end all, but they could help you catch a misconception. They could help you catch a difficulty that you didn't realize a student had because they've been able to hide or mask or do something or, just fly under the radar. So, formative assessment is so important in helping you as a teacher identify learning gaps in your students' knowledge really early so that you can work on fixing those and supporting your young people. So, there are 5 very good reasons why formative assessment is so important. But we know this. As educators, we know that this is such an important part of our job to make sure that we are continuously assessing and checking our students' understanding to make sure that they are growing and they are achieving to the best of their ability.